Hello again and welcome to another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast, where we talk about everything and anything franchising. And today you'll hear by the background noise and the different cool environment. We're at the Melbourne Franchising and Business Opportunities Expo. We're on a live stream into our Facebook page. And also, if you're watching this, you might be watching this 5 years later and you'll still be having a good time anyway. We're joined by Andy Pham, who is a multi-site franchise owner for Soul Origin. G'day, Andy.
G'day, how you going?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for flying down from Brisbane just for this one event.
Thank you for inviting us.
Pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure. We're going to talk about lots of things. So we're going to talk about your franchise owner journey in Soul Origin. And I think it's pretty exciting because multi-site ownership is a dream for many people who get into franchising, I think, because most people get in there and they don't want just one site, they want to get more. So you are a Soul Origin veteran basically since school. 8 years now, you told me.
Yep, 8 years.
Tell me about how it all started.
So I started working for franchise partners. And then eventually, right after COVID, I had opportunity to open my own stores.
So you're in Sydney, weren't you? You're in Sydney.
I started in Sydney and I moved up to Queensland. I moved up to the Gold Coast for a little while, and then now I'm based in Brisbane.
Okay. So what was the opportunity? So you were down in Sydney and you said you were working at Wetherill Park, were you? And it was a very supportive franchise partner, wasn't it? So were they opening a store up in Queensland, was it? How did it work?
Yeah, no, they did open a store in Gold Coast that called Robina. So I went up, helped them a little, and then come back down because of the COVID. So couldn't travel at all. Right after COVID, we have a store at Westfield, Helensville that was available.
Yep, on the northern end of the Gold Coast.
Yeah, and then, that's where I become a franchise partner of my...
And what was that? What was that like? What was so you would have been working in store, and you were doing training for that franchise partner at that time. So you'd moved up from being barista and everything in the store as an 18-year-old out of school, didn't you?
Yep.
And then you were training, and then you moved up there. What was it like opening your own store?
I thought it would be really overwhelmed, but it wasn't because I work in store every single day anyway. So you go in there, it's pretty much the same. But the only difference is you got to do all these numbers in the background now, not just going, go in, clock in, do your work and then go home. It's a journey, but it's a really good journey. I'm loving it.
And what was that process? What was the opening like? So did you open a brand new store, or was it an existing store?
No, I took over an existing store.
That can make it a bit easier, can't it, than opening a brand new one? So what was it like? Was it, did the staff remain, or did you do a lot of staff training for new staff, or how did you do it?
We train a lot of new staff. So back then we still had that Robina stores. So we do all the training at our other store, and then we start moving people over.
Yep.
It was a smooth takeover. So we go in, just, say hi to all the neighbors. Make friends with all your customers, and that's how it started.
So it's just that local area marketing process. So how do you grow the business there? How did you approach growing the business in Helensville? Because you have been in there a few years, obviously, so you knew how it all worked. So what did you do?
I think it's all come down to how you execute your daily operations, right? So if you come and your coffee is bang on, coffee drives customer to your stores.
Yeah.
Have a good coffee, have product available, give the customer what they want. And, just grow on it.
And what was it about the Soul Origin model that made it so straightforward for you to say, look, I'm going to jump into the franchise? But mind you, you haven't had many other experiences, have you? You're pretty much all Soul Origin,
all Soul Origin.
Your whole life is Soul Origin.
So far, yes.
Yeah.
No, Soul Origin is good. Like, the founders, Hal, he's really good. Like, the support center is awesome as well. Even if I'm a veteran or with new franchise partners, the support are still the same. So that's really good. They have a really good training system. You can always go on it. It's all online. All my team members, they have the same training as well. And how do I grow? It's more about train and trust. So you bring the people into your store, you train them, you trust them, and just let them, do their thing, because that's why you hired them for, essentially.
Yeah. It's an interesting take, because you don't hear as many people talk about that probably as they should. And maybe that's why you're a multi-site owner and not a single site owner. Because what do you think? So you couldn't do multi-site if you didn't trust people with training.
Yes, because you can't physically be at 2 or 3 stores at the same time. So you gotta have people that you trust. But for you to have the people that you trust, you gotta train them, and you gotta show them. Obviously, not everyone is perfect. So everyone have their strong side and their weakness, and we still have to work on the weakness side and help everyone to be better. And at the end of the day, it's more about growing together rather than just, going all by yourself. That's how you found the people.
So that's pretty much your message. If for people, I suppose it's for anyone, it doesn't have to be Soul Origin. Anyone who's looking to get into a franchise and go multi-location, really the key is staff, isn't it? Staff and training.
Yeah. Because if you struggle to train people, you're gonna be at your store every single day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll run you.
Yep.
So you had one store, Helensvale.
Yep.
How do you now almost have three? So you have Garden City as well, which is
I do
another
have
Westfield
Garden
up there,
City,
which is a big one.
Yep.
And you're also about to open a third, aren't you? Where's that?
Yeah. So I got Brisbane Uptown. So that's
sorry,
a CBD.
Brisbane Uptown,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Brisbane Uptown CBD stores. Garden City is a suburban shopping centers,
Yep.
and we are on the track to open out my third at 42 Valley train stations.
That's interesting. So you sold your share in Helensvale.
Yes.
And you moved on Centre. Now, Brisbane Uptown, you educated me the other day. That's the old Myer Centre.
That's the old Mine Centre.
So that's really, really CBD. So what's the difference like in operating a Soul Origin between like a suburban shopping centre and a really high traffic CBD store? Is it like trade types?
Yeah, the trading pattern is different. So in the CBD, it's more about the opportunity of window that you get. So let's say you normally get in suburban, you get really busy at 12 to 1 and 1 to 2. That's your window of opportunities. CBD, you get a lot more than that. So you get busy before the office starts. So we probably get smashed at about 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So that's my window of opportunity. I just got to make sure team members on, they know what they're doing.
Ready to roll.
All the product is ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you build the business around that, don't you? And the training and everything there.
And even that, right? Local marketing help as well. So I'm always downstairs at the bus station because we're sitting on top of the bus station, handing out free coffee card. Hey, come to Soul Origin, buy a breakfast item. We'll give you a free coffee.
Yeah.
It's just, you always have to drive customer to your store.
So third store, Fortitude Valley. That sounds like a different one. Is that the first Soul Origin and train station? I haven't come across Soul Origin train stations.
It's the first Soul Origin train station in Queensland, but we do have quite a fair bit of train station site around the country. Yeah.
So what's the difference? Is it different in offer or are you very similar?
It will be the similar offers, but with train station because people are commuting, so that's where we want to grow because on the go pack, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're very renowned for that, aren't you? That grab and go.
Coffee, wrap, breakfast combos, and that will be my window of opportunity for that site.
And when does that start? So you're hoping by the end of this year?
Yeah, October-ish, if we are on track. Yep.
Okay. It's always a fingers crossed,
we're
isn't
on track.
And so where do you spend most of your time now? What's your day look like, for example, as a multi-site owner?
Uptown. So I spend most of my time at Brisbane Uptown. I try to split my time between the two stores, but I want to give the opportunity to all my stores managers to run their store as well. I don't want to step on their feet all the time because I want them to grow.
Yeah.
So I go to store as a team member rather than an owner. So
how do you do that? Aren't you always wanted to tell them, to make them nervous?
No, I just tell the managers, I'm like, so we have a role and responsibility. So if you start at this time, this is what you need to do. And all my store have that. So I just go in, I'm like, okay, if I'm a first person, okay, this is all my tasks. If anything, please refer to the store manager instead of me because not everyone will make the same decisions, right? And I don't want to overstep the store managers because they're supposed to be running the operation of that store.
Yeah. Empower them to let them do it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to do something a bit different in this one, weren't you? So I think you asked, could I bring all this food and all these samples?
Yeah.
So what we did was you said, come along, bring along your favorite dish.
Yep.
So I'll grab that for you. We're going to show the favorite dish because there might be a lot of people who don't even know Soul Origin because Soul Origin is biggest in New South Wales. Is that right?
Yes.
Biggest New South Wales, probably then next Victoria, and then growing in Queensland.
Yeah, we're expanding. We're about to go international.
Okay.
We're
Where are you
about
going?
to go international.
And that's what you want to do next, isn't it? So whereabouts are you going international?
New Zealand.
Wow.
So
that's not really international, is it?
Well, it is international. It's really big for a brand.
Feels like it.
So
I hear Carla laughing in the audience. Yeah.
No, we venture outside of Australia, and that's probably the first step to get out.
Of course, that first step. It's a good toe in the water, isn't it? All right. So I'll grab it while you sit there. I'll grab this for you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. You want a bite?
Now, I don't know if I'll have a bite yet. No, I'll get it right in my face. See, we haven't rehearsed it. I think, what are we going to do with this thing there? But and now Jono on the camera is struggling to get a shot of it. So if you just show the camera there, Jono's going to, I don't know, what are you going to do, Jono? Are you going to do something there? He's got it there. So showing it there. So what is that? Tell me about that product.
This is chicken avocado salad. This is our most popular item.
Someone's yelling something out. Take the lid off it. He's
No,
getting
it's
instructions. Yeah, the lid off. It's good.
it's a really interesting
Just don't
item.
tip it over yourself.
Yeah, I'll try not to. It's a really interesting item because I did went through a weight loss journey recently. So
Yes.
I lost 9 kilos.
Well done. Excellent.
So in March I was 83.5 kilos.
I took half of that for you.
So this helps. So this is what I ate every single day for that 12 weeks, and I lost 12 kilos.
You had that every single day. So it's your weight
Yep,
loss
yep,
message.
yep.
Excellent. So what is this? Chicken avocado.
Chicken. So you got muscadine leaf, poached chicken, avocado, sun-dried tomato.
Yeah.
It's a healthy salad on the go, but it fill you up. It got all the protein that you need.
mm.
You know, you're good to
Tip
go.
it a bit more so Jono can see you get the shot there. And if you're watching this on the feed, I'm sure it's looking very tasty. You're going to run out to Soul Origin and get one. I'm interested in the production you guys do. So in the mornings and everything, what does production look like? Because I remember Soul Origin a few years ago when we did some stuff with them it was really innovative with how you guys were able to put fresh food together and do it really well. So you're not all cooking out the back constantly, are you? You've got a bit of production there, but it's not full on, is it?
Yeah, most of the thing that we cook are eggs and chicken schnitzel in store, but most of the stuff are coming from support center.
Yes.
So we have a massive kitchen down in Smithfield, New South Wales that supply food to all the stores.
Yeah.
Being delivered with our delivery partners, PFD. You know, everything's great. Everything's awesome.
Yeah. And I think that's a real important thing that I think a lot of people wouldn't, and I think it's all part of your model that a lot of people probably don't understand is that you're not sitting there with massive pots cooking pasta.
No.
Your kitchen setup it's very clever. I've seen it in action there. It's and I think that helps you grow obviously to multi-site because I've come across a number of Soul Origin franchisees that are multi-site. I mean, we interviewed one that's had 9 stores.
Yeah. I think about 65% of franchise partner in the network are multi-sites.
Yeah.
So that's quite good. I think it say a lot about the
Strong.
model, the model that we're in and the support that we get from, support center and stuff.
Yeah, and I agree. And it also, when you see franchise owners reinvesting into a business, it also says a lot for the business.
I brought my sisters into the network as well. Yeah, my sister is the half owner of my Garden City stores.
Excellent.
And she's running that store as well.
So you have to trust her.
Yeah, so it's more about the business is so good that I want to bring my friends and my family into it.
Yeah.
I believe unless your business is successful, you don't want to share that with your family.
Yeah. Of
But I think it's great. It's on the go. It's good. And my sister is really, ready for a second store. That's
she's
what I heard.
she's already ready.
Yeah, she's ready for
You
a
think
second
she's
store.
capable?
She is. I trust her.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So what's the future look like for you? What do you see? I know you said international. You got Fortitude Valley coming up.
Yeah.
What's next after that?
Well, we are looking at a couple of university sites.
That's interesting. That's a new one.
Yeah. We already have a few Soul Origin in university down in New South Wales. So we'll see how that go. But it's more about building a really strong foundation first and then expand later. So for me, I like to work on my stores, but to get to a certain level before I hand it over to store managers and then I go on and do other things.
Of course.
It's really hard for you to do multi-site when one of your stores is struggling. Yeah.
That certainly brings a store unstuck, doesn't it?
Yep,
Or
yep.
brings a whole network unstuck. If you've got
Yes.
4 stores and there's one really dragging,
Yep.
that can really slow you down
Yeah.
the rest of them.
Because you spend most of the store there, and I like to work on the business a lot as well. So I'm really systematic. So I like to, let's say I like to speak to my team member to find out what their struggles are.
Yep.
I'm like, how do I fix it?
Mm.
So I always ask my team member, I'm like, how do I make it easier for you? Is it too hard to understand? What can I do to make it easier? I think that's where a lot of I'm really fortunate to have a lot of team members that stay with me over the course of years. And they all grow. So any of them are ready to run the store on the fly.
Yeah. Excellent. So you're training people ready to be the next managers.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Andy. Thanks so much for joining us,
Thanks.
mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for bringing it. I can smell the
Oh,
food
good.
from here. It smells delicious, mate. All right.
Awesome. Thanks,
for
Graham.
coming in.
Cheers.
Thank you. And that's it for another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast. As Andy walks in front of the camera as I'm talking to that's it for another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast. I'll catch you again in the next one soon. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff there. If you like seeing this, all is interesting and different information, stories in business, multi-site owners, single-site owners, and also profitability type stuff about businesses. We cover it all. Catch you in the next one soon.